Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 28 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and this is our first episode of 2021.
Woo! Woo!
People who made it from 2020 to 2021 with us, even if it was just one episode, thanks for it. We appreciate it. And as always, we have our players. Sadly, Frank will not be here with us today, but we can watch me try to be him in spirit. We also have Kyle, Mac, Josh, Abby, and Christo. Now, I am going to kind of just jump into things, give you a quick recap of what happened last time. And then I think everybody's ready to jump back to the fun and very chill and relaxing time that is our games. Last session, a huge fire was devouring the town. 5 out of the 6 people in the party stayed back to fight the fires, which they ended up successfully doing. And from most of their knowledge, no casualties happened in this fire. At this time, after they fight this fire, they realize Fen is gone. Fen had gone into the woods alone in pursuit of the archer who shot the flaming arrows into town. He finds Bosch, the ranger who had met you at the entrance of town, who you believe to be the person who also had taken Layla. Fen has a conversation with him where Bosch basically says that nature is correct and this is what nature is now. This corruption is nature and I am tied to nature and that's what I'm going to do. And whistles and summons 2 horrible corrupted humanoids bent backwards in a crab-like walk, heads completely twisted around, limbs elongated and bent to be more like a wolf's legs. They went and attacked Fen, who hid away in a little dimensional pocket. And the rest of the party then soon met Bosch and these creatures after Nana fell in a hole and lost almost all of her hit points. A fight was had. Gorbjorn was hasted, which was nightmare-inducing, as he just screams and just runs across the battlefield. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You all take out the creatures. Gorbjorn runs up a tree, and I see it like very parallel. Like he just parallel runs up a tree screaming, attacks Bosch, cuts his arm off, and Bosch falls from the tree unconscious and 1 arm down. After some aggressive chest compressions, which give him 2 death saving throw fails, he is healed a couple hit points after being bound, and Saga finds Layla covered in dirt, hiding under a tree, with little tear marks cutting through, even though she looks like a little Rambo. Still just a bit of fear in her eyes as she kind of crawls out and holds on to Saga. That is where we left off, with Bosch starting to wake up, and you watch as Torjek goes, and he runs over to Saga and Layla and is going to start checking her for injuries to make sure she is okay. So he's over there with you, Saga.
Yeah, Saga's just checking her over and also talking to her, making sure she's okay and giving her comforting words.
Yeah. She doesn't really reply with a lot of sentences, but kind of just nods and shakes of the heads and and mostly that. And you see she's trying to put on like a very brave face, but you can see that she is shaking just a little bit as she keeps kind of glancing next to you over at like the hunks of just like rotted flesh that are the creatures still lying on the ground.
Yeah, if I see her like glancing over a lot, I'll move. Like me and Tordrick are probably wide enough together.
Yeah, you and Tordrick make a wall.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do? Bosch kind of mumbling as his eyes start to flutter open, trying to wet his mouth.
With his being down 1 arm, I just want to kind of get a picture in my head. How is he tied?
How's he tied?
Imagine I've got his legs tied together and his remaining arm tied to those legs behind his back, kind of hog-tied. Like he can't run, and that one arm is bound as well.
All right. Yeah, he's laying face down on the ground.
I got him on his side so he can't suffocate himself.
He just tries to smother his face in the dirt.
He doesn't get the easy way out here. No.
You won't catch me. Poof.
All right.
He's elusive.
Nana's coughing because she's still kind of like taken aback from those spores that she got off of one of these awful abominations. Are those still giving off spores now, or has that dissipated?
They are not as prominent, but you can still see the bits of glint of sun hitting off of spores off of both kind of lumps of body.
Let's back away from these. They're noxious at best.
No, you're all right.
I think, I don't know, I breathed some of this stuff coming out of these things' mouths.
You breathed it. Did anyone else breathe it?
No, I'm good.
I think I might have breathed in a little bit, but Nana, do you need healing?
We should be careful with this. It may be beyond simple healing. One of the things this monster told me when I spoke to him was that this corruption gets inside of you and changes you.
Well, why don't we try healing now then, and then get that over with before any corruption happens?
Well,
that would be preferred.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if healing will do it. Is there some sort of purification that Tordrick can do?
Well, Tordrick, honestly, I'm tapped out a little bit. I could after in a while maybe, but currently I can just heal. I can't do any restorative abilities right now.
Well, just don't let me fall asleep yet. That's all.
Got you. Let me just give you a little, and he jogs on over. He kind of gives Layla like a squeeze on the shoulder and then jogs over. And he is going to do a first level cure wounds. Boop, boop. Nana, you get, I'm watching the glitchiest dice roll. Hey, Max, you are going to get 11 points of healing.
Wow.
Oh my.
Noises, I didn't know it would make noises.
That's the virtual dice at work.
Oh, blorp, blorp, blorp.
Go blorp, blorp, blorp. He's got
magic
potion
blorps.
dice.
Like, he's like, there you
It's
go.
this goddess.
It feels like a
Water
wave
magic.
hitting you.
Yeah.
It sounds like just dice full of beer.
Yeah, I have the little healing dice, so it's just little vials sloshing around into this. But he heals you 11 points. Just rest for now and try not to breathe any more of that in.
Yeah, definitely. Neither of you either, and God, nobody else try any of this. It's awful.
Well, we have to do something about them.
Yeah, we'll need to burn them for certain, or they'll just keep propagating whatever this is.
So after Roshan lands, is there anyone who's like still kind of in dire straits, or are we all looking?
Oh, I'm bleeding out probably.
Oh, yeah.
Saga
Roshan-
turns around
Saga,
and
what?
is covered in blood. Huh? Yeah, no, I'm bad.
Roshan will walk over and put a hand on Saga's shoulder and restore her 6 hit points with the healing hands action.
Lovely. That gets me just at double digits.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Oh God! Save
maybe
the cinnamon roll.
Thank you very much.
And then he's going to go over with some stern questions for Bosch.
It's a good question. Good idea.
Yeah, you can see Bosch is conscious. He's not really saying anything, and you watch him test the rope a couple times, and then he just lays there.
Bosch, where are the other two?
You watch him smile. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Don't know.
No. I'm not their master.
When's the last time you saw them?
Yesterday. I saw one of them yesterday.
Do they look like the ones we slew here today?
I think they each have their own charms. And he coughs and licks a little blood off his lip. But, yeah, pretty specific to the area, I think. It makes something in its own image, and this is what it is.
He summoned those other two by whistling. Maybe it's best we don't let him speak again until we return to the village.
That's probably a good idea.
Uh,
He does 3 short whistles and starts laughing. He kind of flops more onto his side and he kind of winces, and then he looks towards his missing arm, and you see it registering as he looks at himself. Huh. Thank you. I've been waiting a long time to give something back.
Where'd the other arm go?
The other arm's currently at the base of the tree. He could basically see it from where he is.
I'd like to go over and pick it up.
He's just watching you. He doesn't say anything. He just watches.
And is unlacing both of his boots.
What are you going to do with it? Isn't it strange to pick up a limb by itself? Oddly heavy, right?
I figure we'll probably burn it along with these abominations that you've been making.
Yes, that'll certainly do the trick.
Is anyone needing any more specific information out of him before we move to a safer place? Before we burn these corrupted beasts and get back to town?
I don't like his tone.
I don't like his tone either, dude. Is there anything you think he'll tell us that'll be useful? Or is he distracting us from what we need to do?
I'm not sure what you need to do. You can burn things. You can burn them. I don't know what you think it's going to accomplish in the long run. Ash is absorbed by the earth. Blood is absorbed by the earth. You think burning bodies stops it? Nature is unrelenting. No, it saves it for something bigger. Let me rot here and turn into whatever it sees fit.
Shut up, Bosch. You're not pretty enough to be this stupid.
Honestly, I have to agree with him.
Oh.
And at that, at Roshan's insistence that he shut up, Fen takes one of his socks that he's been wearing for weeks now.
Oh,
and
God.
shoves it in Bosch's mouth and uses the other one to tie it around like a gag.
Beautiful.
He's going to attempt to bite your hand. 1 second.
Okay.
That is a hit. You're going to take 4 points of damage as he is able to just get a good chomp into one of the fingers as the sock is shoved into his mouth. And he gives a little wink to Roshan. And then he just chills there.
We better disinfect that.
Bastard. And I'm just gonna give him just a light slap. I'm not trying to do any damage, just enough so he knows with the flat end of my kukri, just on the side of the face, just a.
So either, I'm going to tell you this straight up, either you're going to give him 1 point of damage or it is going to be the gentlest of love taps.
Just a feel of cold steel on his bare face. That's all. It's a gentle little tap. Just reminding him who's in charge of just reminding him who's in charge of the situation.
You go ahead and do that. I won't. I won't.
Very tender.
You watch him look at you, and he just maintains eye contact for a moment. And you can just see the slightest smirk around the gag. And then he kind of goes slack and just kind of like rests his head into the soil. And you watch him like close his eyes, and it looks like he's sort of kind of gone into a headspace.
Let's get moving on burning these.
All right, burn them. Should keep him off of the ground. Should we hoist him until we're ready to go?
I don't see any reason why we can't drag him back to town.
Well, dragging will cause damage, and he's fairly near death. We want his death to come after we've gotten the information that we want in the presence of
no one.
Everyone else.
Hey.
I can hold him.
He's a bit bitey. I've gagged him, but he's a bit bitey.
I bite back.
Just don't bite too hard.
Just two dudes biting each other. You know,
like two guys being dudes.
Two dudes being pals. Join the room with camera. What? Let me do things.
Oh no.
I'm permission denied. I'm not allowed to be here.
Oh no, Jillian.
Give me a second. I can still talk, so you guys can keep talking, and I can hear you.
All right.
I will try to get back in.
Well, boys.
If oh, go ahead.
So we're burning those bodies.
That sounds
like nobody said that we're doing it, so I'm saying we're doing it.
Yeah, Fenn's gonna start stripping some bark off of these trees to get a fire going. It should be soaked with pine tar, and it should be pretty easy with a flint and steel to get a fire going on them.
Okay. Are you? You can still see their spores. How are you going about this?
Well, I made those masks for us, if that will help us.
They didn't help me.
But, shit.
Can I just hold my breath when I'm near them?
I'll take care of it. I'll do it. I'm already hurt.
No. I'm sorry.
It won't hurt me worse.
No, let me.
You're holding him. Let me. I've got two hands free.
He's on ground. He's not moving. What is my voice doing?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do whatever you see fit to try and either get close to burn or, as I like to say, yeet something. Up to you.
I think yeeting might be the more preferable tack in this particular case. I've still got some torches in my pack.
All right, whatever. We need to move quickly. Saga, did you have a suggestion?
No, I was just going to say a thing the Saga's doing. So you finish that. Yeah. Yeah, if Layla accepted it, Saga would have picked her up during this whole conversation and kind of started doing the unconscious baby bobbing thing. Yeah. And then is kind of, if she sees them doing this and throwing bodies around, she's probably just going to walk away to get some air while everyone's
Do I see her walking away?
Yeah, probably. She's not stealthing, so she moves away holding Layla, kind of giving her a little bounce.
Probably with Tordrick if he's not helping.
Tordrick will be part of Team Saga Saga unless somebody asks for his help specifically. But he's currently like, oh, and he's kind of trying to like sing little songs to make her feel better and kind of keep her focus on you guys.
All right, stay close, Saga, Tordrick, Layla. Just don't wander off.
Yeah, just avoiding the smell.
Understandable.
More than understandable. Best to avoid the spores too, if you can.
Okay, so who and how is this fire happening for me?
So we're yeeting torches at it, apparently.
Hey, listen, if you got to yeet a torch, you got to yeet a torch.
I mean, Nana's happy to take some of the kindling that Fen has gathered over to the abominations. She'll hold her breath when she takes it over, but like she figures she is already compromised. Best to do that herself rather than potentially compromise somebody else.
Hey, I'm back in.
Hey, hooray! Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. When you try hard enough, sometimes it all works out.
Yeah. So like
Inspiration.
I figure once Nana gets the kindling like on the bombs over there, she'll back up and then we can yeet a couple torches on there now that there's something that'll catch for sure.
Yeah, during this time, as you guys start throwing some kindling, you can see that the creatures do start to have physical reaction to being hit. Not enough to it's not mending its bones or anything currently, but you do see like a twitch, that the bodies are still very much alive and trying to come back.
I hate that.
I
don't care for it.
Personally, not a fan.
Not a fan, sir.
Yeah, honestly, I think you guys are able to take care of this. It's more of the fact if you're going to leave it unattended. This is going to take some time.
We need to get him going. And there's still those other abominations here in the wood.
I hate to suggest it, but maybe we should split up. I don't know if Layla should be away from her mother for too long.
These are... Longer. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
That was the end.
These are person-sized, right? I mean, roughly?
They are slightly bigger than people. It's like their bones extended, but they are humanoid in shape. I would say they're closer to a large-sized creature, though.
Well, Gorbjorn, you're carrying our host here. Roshan, would you give me a hand with one of these, and Nana and Tordrick can take the other? We'll tie a rope to them and drag them to town, show the villagers what they are, how we've took them down, so if there are more that come after we leave, they are better prepared. Rather than burn them here, we can burn them there. We'll take them with, dragging them by ropes. The ground won't be able to reach up, hopefully. Does that sound amenable to anyone?
No. They're already twitching. I don't want this at all.
I mean, it's not ideal, but I think it's certainly better than trying to split us up when we've still got unidentified creatures.
How long would you estimate it would take for these to burn down?
Can we guesstimate that?
Listen, guys.
We have to know.
Really,
Things you need to know as a DM. How long it takes for a body to burn.
Hey, listen, my Google searches are already fucking weird.
I'm on so many CIA watch lists already.
The second I type that in, my door's getting kicked down.
FBI, open up!
But I am honestly incredibly curious. Give me 1 second, talk amongst
yourselves. Oh boy!
I just want to know for sure.
How long does it take for a bear to burn?
I mean, that information's definitely out there, so it's fine.
I mean, that's what we have those body farms out there for, right? CSI?
Well, I mean, I think it depends on how desiccated these things are. Are they kind of dryish, or are they full of like a sappy ichor. Like,
Oh,
that's,
these guys are goopy.
Oh.
So
They're
I
goopy
am going
boys.
to say it's they don't have as much flesh on them. A lot of the flesh is kind of sloughed off. But to fully have this fire take its toll for two of these creatures, I'm going to go ahead and say an hour to be safe.
all right, here's another idea. On the way here, I marked, and clearly you found them because you made it this far. There were punji pits.
Oh yes,
Throw
I
the
fell in
corpse.
one of those.
You fell into one?
It was
I
the
thought you were a
first one.
ranger.
It was the first one, all right. We were trying to come after you.
We'll throw the bodies into them. I assume with the spikes in it.
Yes, there were.
Well, that would cause more damage, help to restrain them a bit, and then we'll set the fire in the pit.
They
Should
did
not-
seem to be poisoned, but yeah. So long as it's not the same stuff they're putting off, be fine.
There's the snap of a bone resetting itself.
All right, let's get them moving. I don't want this going any further. All right, hits.
Throw them in a pit, set them ablaze.
I think that's our best bet at present. Yes.
All right. Who's picking these things up?
I am.
I think I think we're best to just tie a rope to each one and drag it rather than carry it.
Gorbjorn already holding two of them.
I'm just mad and I'm picking it up and I'm throwing it in a goddamn pit. Let's go.
All right. All right.
This is too much talking for Gorbjorn's small puny brain. Just like
Gorbjorn here's throw in a pit and is already just picking these things up. I would love a Constitution saving throw, please,
Oh
Gorbjorn.
God, please, buddy.
11.
Buddy.
Oh, I'm fine.
Your rage has worn off.
Yeah.
You are going to take 5 points of poison damage, and you are currently poisoned.
Cool beans.
Not. Very not. Very not. If it's the same poison that Nana's got going on, it's very not cool. Where are you at on your HP?
Like 37.
You're fine for a little.
It's more than I
Gorbjorn
even
picks them
have.
up, carries them over, and just yeets these two corpses into a pit.
That's fine.
Just kind of rubbing the goop off of his arms.
Just take
And-
the sleeves off with it. Like.
And
You just keep buying shirts with sleeves, but you just have to keep ripping the sleeves off.
He just has to.
Fenn's dragging as much kindling and small saplings and everything that he can, and directing Tordrick to do the same. We're throwing it on top of there, and Fenn's just striking sparks down into the pit with his kukri.
Yeah. Eventually, whether Sparks or somebody yeets a torch, you guys can get a fire going, and now there's a fire starting in this pit. It's
Hopefully
about
that'll also contain it from
low.
burning down the whole forest, so you know.
Yeah,
That's
that was the goal.
All right.
All right, back to town, shall we?
These are definitely ablaze. The bodies are burning. Is that correct?
they are currently burning.
All right. Then yes. Yes, let's get moving.
Layla holding on to Saga, kind of arms around the neck. Even though covered in dirt, just her face is just like squished right into the crook of your neck and is just kind of staying there.
That's fair.
Right. Okay. I think we're good. Are you good to hold her the rest of the way, Saga?
Yeah, it'll be fine. She's
Okay.
not that heavy.
Let us know if you need any help, Saga, all right?
Yes.
And you saw these things before, so
Yes. So Fenn's gonna take point leading back to the forest, being mindful of all the traps there, but leading the way and looking out for any more of these things, looking and listening out for any more of these things, but taking the exact path back that we took here. So the traps are already marked.
Okay, I'd like you to roll, because you're focusing on two things. I want you to roll perception, no advantage.
All right. 14.
Okay, so you can pick one, traps or listening out for creatures.
Listening out for creatures.
Want to have
Can
somebody
I'm
else
watching
on
where
trap
I'm
watch?
walking. I'm carrying a child. I'm not going to trip.
That's fair.
Yeah, Fen, you were at point, and you got a 14 on your roll.
Yes.
I'd like you to roll me a d20.
9.
I'd like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
14.
Okay. Fen, after, I think, honestly beautiful, aren't you a ranger, rings out through your head as you fall into one of these pits. Let me go ahead and roll that damage. You are going to take...
You're never going to hear the end of it.
First, you're going to take falling damage.
I thought you were a ranger.
It just echoes softly in his head as he falls. You
I
take
think you know what I'm going to
falling
say
damage.
without me saying it.
How much damage?
You're taking 6 points of falling damage. And like for Nana, let me go grab some dice.
It was a lot.
I hope Tordrick is still has
I hope
healing.
he's still got some heals.
He's
Guys.
got a little juice.
It's just a slow motion view of just Tordrick from like smiling to like,
Oh no, buddy. I'm so sorry.
as Fen slowly disappears into this hole. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does Fen say anything, or is it just silent pain?
It's just like, 1 second.
I think you know what I'm going to say, but I don't have to say it now, do I?
You got lucky on the damage roll.
Oh, isn't that nice
We'll
for
see.
you?
Only 100.
Only 100. You're fine and very dead. 20. You take 20 points of poison damage.
Somebody's going to have to get me out of this hole.
Where does
You
that
down?
leave you?
I am down.
Fen gets stabbed straight through the shoulder, like up and like into the side of the neck, almost piercing fully through. And Fen is unconscious in said pit.
Fen!
Uh,
Nana's going in.
give me athletics or acrobatics to get in safely.
Wait,
Rangers?
let me help you. Let me help you before you just jump in there.
Well, you've got Layla.
No,
Somebody
I
hold
can
a rope.
do I'm gonna mold the earth.
All right then. All right, if you can and still hold her, that's fine.
Whilst they're arguing about that, Roshan would go over to the side of the pit and say, "Hey, you doing okay down there?"
And then there's no reply.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Fen, throw me a death saving throw, please.
Wait, isn't that
And-
healing?
After the gurgling, he's gonna say,
6.
"All right, just try and get yourself back up here and send a little healing magic down.
That's a good idea.
How much is he healing for?
Max 8."
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Better
Okay.
than failing more death saving throws. Fen,
Just
You're
athletics?
fine. Get back up.
athletics or acrobatics. Fen, you like still like there is a thing stuck in your shoulder, but you were able to pull it up enough to get your like neck free, and that starts to heal up. So you're not conscious. Yes, Nana.
21 on acrobatics.
A nice little some nice footsteps pop their way out, and you very simply, casually, easily walk into the pit. Fen just basically just opens his mouth, and it's just blood
Ow.
out of the mouth as you make your
Yes.
way down to him, and he is currently stuck on one of these.
Oh. Now, see, I told you this wouldn't be fun. Nana's kind of like going down to like haul him up off of the spike that he's impaled on before she goes to try and pull him closer to the wall. Kind of like draping one of his shoulders over her arm, one of his arms over her shoulder. I know you won't like this, but you'll have to suck it up.
This is very nearly what happened with the elk.
Nearly.
I'm just seeing an elk with a hunter hat. Sorry, continue.
How very Elmer Fudd. I love it. Saga, can you lift us?
Yes, I almost said something about an elevator, but those don't exist.
I've had these dreams of things. Elevators, I call them.
Because they elevate you.
Yes, I will elevate you.
Very slowly, this mold earth does its best to kind of build on and around itself, moving upwards. It's not
slow.
It's not fast as you all slowly make your way up. At least enough of the way to kind of get where people can reach you and help pull you back out. And now both of you are out of the pit. Good stuff.
Oh, fantastic. That's good.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Saga.
Thank you very much, Saga. It was much easier than it would have been if I'd tried with a rope.
I wish I could heal the poison that inevitably got in you, but I do not have a lot going on. I could give you another healing.
Whatever you can give me, I appreciate. Don't exhaust yourself. We might not be done fighting for the day yet.
We're certainly not out of the woods, that's for certain.
Literally.
I'll wait, and if I think we are in a horrible amount of danger, I'll do something about it.
If you've got to ration it, you've got to ration it.
Yeah, well, you could say maybe I could only do that under a handful more times. So I'll save it just in case.
That's a good idea.
And then make us look presentable when we get to town if we are just terrible and covered in blood and stuff. You know, make it look effortless. And
like we do.
So you guys are standing next to this pit. Who is going to lead?
We all take point. I know where all the symbols are.
I have an eye for
Lady
Shady
idea.
symbols.
That's a good idea. If she knows where the symbols are, then I think that's not bad. Nana will kind of run alongside her to kind of like assist and kind of like spot her in case she needs help with Layla, but yeah.
Okay. Saga, I'll go ahead and, because you are not going to attempt to listen out for the creatures. This is just casual stepping around hoping for the best. I'm going to let you roll perception with advantage because I'm sure it's not just like, good luck, nerd. As you
got out
slowly make your way forward.
I guess it's above average, so that's not bad. Well, I say that 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Above average.
Yeah.
You scared me for a minute.
I was like,
Don't you go in a
throw
pit!
Layla in one of these pits, and if I have to throw Layla in one of these pits.
No, Saga would have like thrown her out and done the.
Nana would have like caught Layla and then go like, Saga!
And then
like,
dead.
Oh. Yeah, Saga, your foot like gently touches like the opening, and you're like, nope. And you go around, and you're like, Lady Satyr symbol. And you're able to avoid the little drawstrings. You are able to be like, okay, guys, and then like demonstrate a nice step over.
I throw huge minor illusion caution signs on anything that's like dangerous. So I would have like thrown her out and done the held up by little jellyfish.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You're making your way forward, and you're like, guys, right here, it's all good. And you get to a spot where you're like, here's one of the pits. I'd like you to roll your wild magic for Tides of Chaos.
Oh, you. You're a wonderful person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sounds like awfully nice words.
You're
So,
a friendly person.
okay, do I roll the d20 to see if I surge, or do I roll the
You're
surge?
rolling the
I can't
d20
remember.
to see if you
Okay,
surge.
good. Phew. It's a
This
little
is not
better.
the auto surge situation.
Okay, I got a 16.
Okay.
That was close, though,
There's a
I mean,
moment
in my brain.
where
Scared.
you feel your feet at the edge of one of the pits and you grip Layla tightly and you just feel once again this buildup of magic and you're like, nope. And you are able to push that sensation back down. Like, now is not the time. Thank you.
Does a quick stare into the distance for a second, a bit too long, and then pulls herself together.
Just a moment of
Off into the void.
Yep.
And now we're back.
sometimes you got to go to the void. And you guys start making your way through.
Oh boy. All right.
I would
Nana,
like. Go ahead.
I was just wondering if Nana could take a listen to see if she hears anything like the beasties running or stalking.
Go for it. Perception.
Okie dokie. Well, not my best perception roll, but it's not bad. 15?
Okay. Nana, you hear something. It doesn't sound like running. It's a slow movement. There's just a snapping sound a bit into the woods to your left. And you hear that. And then you hear, ah! And you watch as Tordrek is grabbed and pulled up into one of the trees by a tar black creature dripping. And we're gonna roll initiative, boys. Welcome back into it.
Oh, this is awful.
And we're gonna play fight music. And we like fight music. No, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Listen.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Who has 20 and up?
20.
10. 15 and up. Okay. 10 and up.
I've got
12.
13.
Okay, so Nana and then Saga. People below 10, what's up?
I got a 6.
Uh-huh. Roshan?
8.
Okay, so Roshan. Gorbjorn again at the bottom, except Gorbjorn is just exhausted this time.
Well, what does
boy.
Tordrek roll?
Tordrek's gonna get
Knocked out.
a 1.
He's always so slow.
I rolled a 2 and he has a -1.
The dice know.
They do.
Yeah, those dice need to go to dice jail.
Hey, listen, different dice. It's just a curse. And then our beautiful creatures, team creature. Neat, rad. You all watch as Tordrek is yoinked up straight into a tree branch. Saga, you're at the front. Here. Basically, everybody is in the same area. It's just Gorbjorn gets pulled up.
Tordrek does.
Yeah, Tordrek gets pulled up and he's going to take some dabblage.
Oh no.
Okay, he takes 7 points of damage as he is pulled up into this tree and he is currently grappled. As he's like, ah! And you just hear him, you just watch him go up. First in our initiative is Fen. Nana, you're on deck.
Can I see what took him? Can I see what took him into the tree?
Yeah, you can see it from where you are. It currently at the moment looks like just a bundle of shadow, but it has the same makeup as the ones you fought, but it seems to have longer limbs.
Okay.
Less wolf-like in the leg department.
All right. Would you describe Tordrick as being incapacitated?
No, he is grappled.
Okay.
Unless that counts as being incapacitated, but I don't think so.
Where's our Harvard-educated rules lawyer?
It's just restrained.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not incapacitated. So
No.
I'm going to take a shot at this thing with my bow.
Okay. Go for it.
That is a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
All right. Oh, sorry. And a 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
There was sneak attack on that one because Tordrick is within 5 feet of it
Okay.
and not incapacitated. Second attack, same thing, with sharpshooter this time.
Okay.
And that is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
16 points of damage.
Okay.
And Dread Ambusher attack. With sharpshooter is a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Okay. And that was going to be the good one, too.
Arrows instantly fly past, kind of dartboard around Tordrick, whose eyes are just wide as arrows whiz past him. Anything else, Fen?
I'm gonna use my movement to position myself close to Roshan.
Okay. You make your way over to Roshan. Easy enough. Okay. Nana, you're on deck. Saga, you're the next character to go.
Oh boy.
So you have something before you. But you are next after that thing. So,
All
Nana,
right.
go ahead.
Okay. I was.
Yeah, you're like,
You gave me too many words and I got confused.
you're like, what not creature is going? Go ahead, Nana.
Nana will use her bonus action to Hunter's Mark the beastie that's got Tordrick.
Okay.
Focusing, there's a flare of green gold magic, and she's going to pull out her longbow and fire off a shot at it. Not starting off great. 9 is not gonna hit it.
Nope.
Ooh. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Excellent. It's gonna be 11 points of piercing damage total with Hunter's Mark.
Okay. And anything else?
Nana's going to position herself in between this thing and Saga.
Okay.
Tordrick! Are you alright? How badly off are you? Alright, ask a stupid question.
All right. The one in the tree is going to attack Tordrick. Okay. Shitty rolls on my part, but one of these attacks hits. He takes 10 points of damage. As this thing is just starting to, like, it has its body like wrapped around, its body's longer and seems more pliable as it just starts to just stab its claws repeatedly into Tordrick's body.
I don't like it.
That is his turn. And then Nana, from the direction you heard, a creature runs out of the woods, much more like the ones you had fought before.
Damn.
And is going to, I'm going to make a roll. Saga, evens or odds?
Odd.
Evens. I'm going to attack Nana.
Fine.
It runs up, and it is going to start swinging on Nana. The first attack hits. You take 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
It is going to roll again to see who it attacks, because you both are next to each other. It's going to swing on Saga.
And the monster just decided to miss and went home
That's
Yeah.
for the holidays.
The
And
monster just vanished in a puff of logic.
It's Monday, but it's been a long week, so maybe you should just, not.
Hey, man.
Oh, hi.
oh, hey.
We were
I
just
don't know.
discussing how it like vanished into a puff of logic, right?
If I roll a nat 20 right now, that thing disappears into the void. Sorry, 17's not going to cut it on that.
Fine.
But what you may not have gotten to hear is that its attack hits.
Oh.
Okay.
How many hit points do you have, Saga?
Not many.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Saga, you take 6 points of damage.
I'm still up.
Saga, you turn your body to protect Layla, and this thing just slashes across your back. And you can just feel blood just leaving you rapidly as you feel yourself going pale and dizzy.
In the back of her mind, in the dizzy thoughts, it's like, my dress.
Oh.
I just made this.
Yeah.
Just one tear, my dress. Okay. That's their turn. Saga, it's your turn.
Oh, that wasn't very nice. I don't know who to hit. Okay. This thing is right, like in melee range.
Yes,
correct?
it is right in front of you.
All right. Looking up at Tordrick, but everyone else is still here, and this thing is right in front of me. But so I'm gonna shoot at that second level. You know what? No, I have a third level. You're getting a third level. Chaos Bolt. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully it hits.
Let's see. You could do Tides of Chaos for advantage.
Oh, I sure could.
You could.
Yeah, let's do it.
funsies. Sure.
Yeah.
Advantage. Take it.
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
Sweet. 20.
20 hits.
Yeah. Not natural. No,
Doesn't
just normal.
matter. 20 hits.
Yeah.
Roll me some
go.
damage.
Add a cinnamon roll. Get it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. All right. Nah, that was horrible. Okay. I was hoping it would be moderate, but no. That's a 1, a 2, a 2, a 3.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh, I
It's
feel
fine.
that.
And I got 1 6. So that's 14 points of fire damage. Yeah, fire damage. That's
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Burning heck.
You grip Layla and you put a hand out, and it's just like, boof! Just an explosion of fire behind you.
Yeah.
You feel like your attack was going to be slightly off, but then you will it into place. I'd like you to roll for your 3rd level spell to see if you
Yes.
wild magic surge.
Natural 20 on that.
All right.
Stupid thing.
Not even an ounce of wild magic, keeping it at bay. And I'll hold on to that Tides of Chaos.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else, Saga?
I am a sort. I don't have bonus actions.
Guys, I don't got no bonus actions.
Sadly.
That's okay. You did a lot of damage. Roshan, you are up. Gorbjorn, you're on deck.
Roshan will look at the one that just came in from out of nowhere and say, leave us, run. And I needed to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, here we go. 5.
So it has to use its reaction to run away from us.
Okay.
Also, it takes 12 more damage.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Psychic.
Saga, I'm going to say you can't take an attack of opportunity. You have a kid in your arms, but Nana, you can.
Hey, I'll take
Just
it.
try to give it this gentle bops. But go ahead, Nana.
The gentlest of bops.
Ain't no warcaster. I'm not doing anything.
I mean,
just
you
watches
know.
it. Yeah, you better go.
Yeah, you better run. Let's see. Does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit. As you just like clip this thing and it kind of rebounds off the bone of its body. It's going to run its full movement.
Fine then.
And it goes into the woods and is now completely out of sight.
We'll take care of it later. We've got
Thank you,
other
Roshan.
problems.
Anything else,
Thanks,
Roshan?
No, that's it.
Gorbjorn, you're up.
Our dwarf is still in the tree, so I'm
Yeah.
going to rage.
Bah!
Just my heart's beating against my fucking ribcage at this moment now.
Tordrick screaming, Gorbjorn screaming, Saga screaming.
How far up the tree is he?
It is about... They're about 20 feet up.
Okay, so I can make that. Do I have to
You
make
can
an
make
athletics?
Yeah, for you while you're raging, you have advantage.
But poison would make it just neutral, right?
Yes. So, yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
That's an 11.
Okay.
Oh.
I-
Do
What
do you
is
still
your-
have any kind of...
what is your speed?
It's 40.
40. It is going to be difficult terrain. Right now, you are in a precarious spot, but you are able to get to it in your movement. But you know that you are not on steady ground currently, and that could affect you or something that happens to you. But currently, you're there next to Tordrecht and this monster.
Okay, then I would like to try to take Tordrick out of its grasp.
He's in my favorite environment.
Take him out.
He's in my favorite environment, which means there is no difficult terrain for him.
That applies to your party members?
I believe so, does it not?
Mhm.
Your party...
I think it's more of climbing speed than difficult.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right, that's fine. All right.
Alright. No whammies. Oh boy, a 12.
Okay, I am going to roll against you. This is athletics to try and take this from him.
Yeah.
You get Tordrecht back.
How?
Um,
I'm not complaining, I mean.
but I would also like you to roll dexterity for me, please.
Saving throw?
Nope, just straight up dexterity.
Just straight dex.
Just
Okay.
straight dex. Just for fun.
Oh, thank God. So that'd be a 20 dirty.
Okay. You are able to pull Tordrick back faster than you expected, and Tordrick's heavy. And you are on uneven ground, and you start to tip, and you're like, just hold him slightly this way, and you just balance yourself with Tordrick, so you do not fall out of the tree. Anything else that's one of your attack actions? And your whole movement's done. You've done your movement.
Yeah, I'll punch the thing, I guess.
Yeah, take a swing.
I'm not gonna reckless. That's just at disadvantage, and that's a 2 and a 3. So no.
Aww.
You're trying to swing and hold Tordrick. It's difficult. In tree, holding dwarf, not easy. But you take a swing, no hit. It is now Tordrek's turn, and he looks to you, and he's like, thanks. And he kind of, he's like, ah. And then he is going to. Am I just allowed to turn undead whenever I feel like it?
I mean, that seems
Channel
like a
divinity.
cleric thing to do.
Yeah, he's going to attempt to turn undead. The creature is going to roll a wisdom saving throw. He's like, ah, and he kind of just waves it away. But the creature saves. That uses up his action. Bonus action. Does anyone need healing? How are you doing? And he looks you just dead in the eyes, Gorbjorn. You good?
Just like kind of like beat red at the moment, just like lifting on one hand and like, no.
No.
Do you need health? I can. Okay. Who's feeling the shittiest? Raise your hand.
That's probably Saga.
Boop. Saga, you're within range of a nice healing word.
Nine sisters bear you to many, many beers. Or I guess milks.
Many, many milks. I don't like that. I don't like many, many milks. Saga, you heal for 7 points.
Wow,
Lucky
that's
7.
one more than I lost. That's wonderful.
Hey, that's good. That's a net gain.
Profit.
And he's just going to, he doesn't really know if he should let go or not. And he kind of looks at you. You good? Should I go?
Can you?
I don't know.
I mean,
He's gonna attempt to try and get out of this tree.
can we try to catch him?
None of you are under him.
No!
Certainly not. He's gonna try and get. He's like, okay, and he's just gonna kind of roll out of your arms and hope for the best.
Oh God! Come on, buddy.
It's really just like a ping pong effect, but he like lands gracefully. So just like ping, ping,
Branch,
ping.
branch down.
And he lands. He's gonna take a little bit of damage because that's still some that's some distance.
Like a baby duck leaping out of the nest.
That actually was a little painful. He lands and it's just under his breath. Ouch.
Both of the
Are you
ankles
good,
are
Tordrick?
just...
Are you alright?
Mm-hmm. He kind of gives you a nod and a thumbs up. And that is the end of his turn. He is out of the tree.
Hooray!
Fen, back to you. Nana, you're on deck.
Got it.
All right, Fen levels his bow at this one that's still Gorbjorn is within 5 feet of him, right?
Yep.
All right. Fen knocks an arrow, draws, and with sharpshooter, 17.
17 just hits.
Yeah! Finally.
All right.
We've narrowed down its AC.
All right. 21 points of damage because he's sharpshooter.
Okay.
All right. Second attack.
Yeah. Get it.
That did have its. Oh, okay. 22 hits. That first one did have sneak attack on it
Okay.
within 5 feet. Another 21 points of damage.
Gorbjorn, you go to pull out your weapon to beat the shit out of this thing, and then you watch.
It's 19 points of damage. My math's bad.
And then you watch his arrows litter its body, and it falls back out of the tree onto the ground.
Yeah! All right.
And now you're just alone in a tree. Anything else, Fen?
No, I'm gonna use my. Well, yeah, I'm gonna use my movement to get next to Nana, Saga, and Layla.
Okay. I'll put you right over there. Cool. You're able to get over there. All right.
That is the end of my turn.
Nana, you're up.
I want to, I want to get up on the beastie and make sure that it is dead. Or can I gauge it from a distance, or would I need to get close?
I mean, it's currently laying on the ground motionless, full of arrows. You can take from that as you will.
All right. Is there currently a punji pit anywhere in the vicinity?
You'd have to go find one.
Oh, God. Fine. If there was one right
Finds one with
nearby,
her
I was just
body.
gonna nudge it on in. But,
There could be, but none of the runs around here are triggered, so you'd have to go looking for it.
Oh, God. Okay. Alright. Fine then. Nana is going to, I guess look up to Gorbjorn then. Do you need any help out of the tree?
I think I can do this.
You're sure, and it won't hurt you too badly.
Nothing hurts Scorpion. I am forever strong.
And then
I know
birds
you
fly
are.
out
And
of
then
the
falls out of
tree.
tree.
Ah! And then just as birds fly, Gorbjorn slowly drifts to the ground, aggressively fast. Nana, are you doing anything? You're welcome to just chill or ready in action, whatever you want to do.
I want to ready an action if Nana sees one of these abominations coming up on anybody in the group, she's got an arrow knocked, it's going in the thing's face.
Gotcha. All right. Roshan, is that just for a round that I must do that? Just my reaction?
Yeah. On its turn, it's welcome to come right back.
Hell yeah. So when I come right back,
Which is why I had that action readied.
also Fen, yes, I have not been taking into account all of y'all's poison disadvantage, but we can still
no.
do them, and it's fine.
Buddy!
Good.
Is it on? I'm sorry. Is it on
No,
attack
it's
rolls as well? or just-
three of you are poisoned.
Yeah, I was the only one doing it apparently.
Oops.
I didn't make it very clear, so it's cool. I'm chill. This thing's going to run back.
I'm so bad at D&D.
And
That's
it
okay.
runs to Fen. Fen is the closest and standing in front of Nana and Saga. It is going to take some swings. Both of its attacks hit.
Oh,
Sure do.
jeez.
I don't have armor on.
Oh, God.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
first
it's
one-
still back at the village.
Your first one, you take 12 points of damage.
Okay, fun's down.
And then it's going to take its second attack at Nana. I'll roll a new dice. That hits. It is going to give you some damage. You take 12 points of slashing damage, Nana.
Ooh, I'm in the single digits.
Yeah, that's his turn. He feels pretty good about that.
All right, that's fine.
As much as a horrible monster can feel good about things, he feels pretty okay about it. Saga, you're up. This creature is at a square away from you, so you have a little distance, but it is very close now.
I'm not in melee range though, really, or whatever. I'm backing up, out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get out of its way.
Good
You're like-
idea. Given you've got the child.
Yeah.
Do not touch
Is
the
that-
child.
Is that okay? Can I do
Yeah.
that? Okay.
yeah. You
Great.
can back up.
Okay, so I do that, and then I'm gonna shoot it with a chaos bolt, second level.
Beautiful. Please.
Yes.
Please fill it with chaos bolts.
Mwahaha. 23.
That certainly hits.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. And wild magic. Oh fuck! I rolled a 1.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Wild magic! So go ahead and give me the dabblage from your attack.
I just gave myself a heart attack. I was like, it's fine. Oh.
So give me the dabblage, and we'll talk about what happens.
Well, I mean, maybe it's because I rolled so well. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, my heart.
You still have your giant ears.
You know, if you drop
Yay.
a fireball on, it's going to kill 4 of us, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
We
Uh-huh.
can only hope for the best, which is giant
Uh,
fireball.
Then we don't have to light the bodies on fire. It's perfect.
You guys dealt with the problem and don't have to deal with any more problems.
18 points of force damage as I try to I back up and I'm trying to make this thing back up as well.
Okay.
And,
You
and then
push this thing. Roll me a D100, please.
no problem.
Thank you.
Let's get some cute little mushroom people in this house, huh?
Maybe we can have some flumps or something.
That'd be nice.
17. That's very low, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Do I need to roll a d20 too?
Yes, please.
Okay. 19. I think that's probably good, right?
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Has to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna believe that it is, and if I believe hard enough, it will become true.
Mhm.
Saga, you disappear, and now Layla's just floating in the arms of an invisible person.
Oh,
Ah!
okay.
Saga, would you? Wait.
Layla, I'm gonna roll to see
Shit.
if Layla freaks the fuck out.
Oh God!
For a moment, she's like, but like, kind of glances around. She's like, okay, keep it chill, keep it together. And she's like, and she kind of touches your face and can feel your face, and that kind of like,
Yeah, it's like a.
Okay.
touches your face. Yeah, that's what happens. You go invisible.
I'm just gonna, hop in a bush.
Okay, and then you just casually step to the side.
That's fair. That's fair. Layla, is Saga still there?
I guess so. And then she disappears into a bush with Saga.
Saga puts a thumbs up and then realizes that's not gonna help. It's just like, yeah.
There's just a push of
Saga,
leaves
you
out,
there?
and then it goes back in. All right. Roshan, you're up.
Well, that will make it easier to hide from the thing. That's good.
You are muted,
Roshan
good
is muted.
sir.
I said fudge, not the F word. I promise.
Of course, yes, naturally.
So Roshan sees Fen drop and gets real nervous and says, no, you should actually stand back up. We need you. And
We do.
wow, that's 11 points of healing.
Wow.
Hey, I will
be
take
next
it.
to him, or is it a distance thing?
Thank you.
That is a healing word, but I am out of
Gotcha.
first level spell slots, so we're getting better. And then that's the end of his turn.
Okay. Gorbjorn,
Can I get down the tree easy peasy? Or
you can certainly try. Athletics.
Yeet yourself on top of the creature.
Oh, that's better than what I've been rolling.
That's good.
So that's a 14.
Okay. I'm just going to give you a little bit of falling damage, but you're going to take half of it. So you take 3 points of falling damage. I'm not going to take away from your movement because it's just, and I yeet myself out of the tree. You could make it to the creature with what's left of your movement if you wanted to.
Sweet. I will go up to it and yeah, I'll reckless for a straight attack. I don't want to, but my dice have been really horrible today. I just don't know. I feel like I should get a third dice out because, well, actually, it's pretty good. I did not say Great Weapon Master, sadly, so this will be, a 19 to hit?
19 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's 8 damage.
It's more than 0.
And then
Here's
I'll
one.
Great Weapon Master this one.
Okay.
All right, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
So that's a 14 to miss.
Yeah, 14
Oh.
misses. You just start wailing on this thing. Just smashing your sword into it. I just picture you using your sword almost like a hammer, but how I
Almost.
visualize it.
Slightly more finesse.
Well, I mean,
But,
it's, some parts of it aren't that sharp, so it's
Yeah,
practical.
it's more of a bludgeoning weapon, but some parts. All right, that is the end of your turn, Gorbjorn. It is now Tordrek's turn.
Yay.
Takes a bit of a look around. He is going to do Sacred Flame. And it's gonna roll dexterity. It succeeds. He kind of squints his eyes. And does he have any? He is going to save his first level healing spell and wait.
That's fair.
Good man.
If any of us go down again, we're gonna need
he's
that.
not going to
Yeah,
use
if
it
any
yet.
of us-
And that's
fair.
the end of his turn. And I believe that is where we're going to take our break.
That's fair.
It is what it is. And we'll jump right back into combat in a few minutes. Guys, we are going to take a 10-minute break so you guys can go get some snacks, mentally prepare yourself, whatever you got to do.
Or have all of the cigarettes.
Yeah, at least only maybe none.
Started
Just
being a real
mental
pirate for us.
gin.
We will be back in 10, and we will see you guys then to continue the combat. I just heard the question rapid fire put at me because Hello, everybody. Welcome back to On the Backs of Gods. We just got back from our break, and the party just tied up Bosch, burnt some horrible creations in a pit, was on their way back. Fen fell in a pit after making fun of Nana for falling in a pit. And then the party was attacked by 2 more monstrosities. And that's where we are currently. Fen just went down again, but he just got brought back up. One of the creatures is dead. One is still in play. And that's where we are. We're back at the top, which means Fen, it's your turn.
Okay. Fen is going to stumble to his feet and cast Zephyr Strike. And he's gonna backpedal away from this creature, and he's looking for Saga and Layla and doesn't see them. So he's gonna backpedal about 30 feet, in a safe direction back towards, towards the tree that Tordrick got pulled up, and he's gonna take a shot with sharpshooter, but Zephyr Strike's gonna negate his disadvantage. And he gets a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right, and somebody's within 5 feet.
Yeah, I'm right next to it.
Yeah, you got somebody for sneak attack.
All right, so that is 9 with the bow, 3 sneak attack, and 10 sharpshooter damage.
22.
22 points of damage. Then Fen is going to sidestep and move another 30 feet, or if he's going to try and stand over Bosch, or stand near Bosch so Bosch can't wriggle himself out and get up and run.
Technically, where you just ran to is where Bosch is.
Okay,
you went back to where Bosch is.
So then I'll move 10 feet over, take another shot, and then move back over by Bosch. My idea is moving, taking a shot, moving, taking a shot, and moving to misdirect this thing. Take its attention as much as I can from the people it's standing next to, is what Fen wants to do. So stay out of reach, and Fen's going to roll his attack. No sharpshooter because he's rolling with disadvantage. That's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
All right. For 8 points of damage.
Okay. This thing looks pretty shitty as this one arrow cracks into the side of its skull. You watch as the skull splits open and spores start to come out.
Oh, not again!
Well, it looks shitty and it should feel shitty. It's a bad thing, and
it should feel
bad.
Yeah.
Nana, it's your turn. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. And okay. All right. My worst one is at 12. I rolled at disadvantage because I've been poisoned.
That's only for ability checks and attacks.
Yeah, you're good. What was your first roll?
Oh, well then.
Just take disadvantage with everything. It is just like I can't mess it up now.
17.
Okay, that's definitely better.
Thanks. Good. That's good.
You do not take more poison damage from just being through this thing.
Good.
All right, what do you want to do?
Now I do want to say I forgot to mention it earlier. Before we went to our break, but I did have my readied action with my arrow in case one of these things came for somebody. Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, that was my fault. So go ahead and just do a quick arrow attack.
Okay, quick arrow attack. But since that's an attack, that would be at disadvantage.
Yes.
All right. No, the worst one's in that one.
Okay. Nobody was really in that direction anyway. They're just the arrow goes wide, explodes on a tree. Now you can take your turn.
All right. Cool. Then I want to I want to use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark from the beastie that's been downed to the beastie that we're fighting.
I believe this is the one you had it on. Maybe
I had it on the one that had
You're right.
Tordric.
You're right. Yeah, you can move that over.
I move it over onto the beastie that we're fighting. Is it right up in my space? Is it in melee range?
Right next to you. Yes.
All right, nifty. So, since I used my bonus action to move my hunter's mark, I'm guessing I cannot change for my short sword.
No.
All right, then
Not
I'm
to
gonna.
me. That's how it works, boys and girls. Welcome to the team.
All right.
Changing weapons is a bonus action from melee to range. You take what you get, Krista.
Filthy rules.
Goes back to the tree. So yeah, you could take some. Either you can back away or take some disadvantage pot shots.
I mean,
We're gonna be at disadvantage anyways. So
yeah, I'm already at disadvantage, so I might as well. I'm going to take a pot shot at it. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, that's not awful for disadvantage. Actually, that's a 17 to hit.
that hits. Roll damage.
Brilliant! And
Mark
with
damage.
Hunter's Mark damage too. That's helpful. Good. I'm okay with that. All right. That's 11 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, tell me how you get rid of this asshole.
Oh yeah! All right. Oh, this thing is right up in Nana's face, and she wants to level up on it with her arrow. Arrow right on, like, not right under the chin, just enough distance to carry it through. Back away from my family, you son of a bitch! Looses the arrow right up into its chin.
And it goes slack. Both creatures are down. We are out of initiative.
Yay!
Back away! There's still spores. Nana's going to back up off this thing before she takes any further damage from that, because she's not a fan and she's not doing great in the health department. Who's worst off for health? Sound off!
Maybe we
Sounds
should
like
just.
you are, Nana.
I could take a solid clout across the face and not die, I think.
Where did Saga and Layla go?
She went into the bushes, I think. Saga vanished, but Layla seemed to just float on over there, and Nana gestures towards the bush.
Yeah, Saga stands up.
And it's just floating Layla.
Saga wouldn't leave Layla. Layla, are you a mage?
Saga's a mage, and she's invisible. I just told you.
Yeah, and she just pushes her hand against Saga's face and just kind of is bopping it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
Oh. Well, do you know if you can undo it, or do you just have to wait for it to pass?
That's a very good question. If I knew, I'd fix it.
And then you became visible.
Oh! Well, that
As a
answers
nit-
that then.
A minute has passed.
Hooray!
I did it!
You did it!
How does everyone feel? How is Tordric? How are you?
I've certainly been better. Okay. I feel comfortable enough with the energy I have left that I could heal. I could put some heals out on a couple people. But at least one. If there's somebody who really needs it, I could do one.
How close are we to town at this point?
That's what I was wondering.
You guys.
I mean, surely at least Nana and Fen would be able to gauge based on the marks that he'd made in pursuit of Bosch.
Yeah, you guys think that
we
there's
can't become lost by non-magical means in this terrain.
I feel like all of this terrible terrain in this world is magical, but that's a story for another time. I feel like everything's
Don't
magical
tell me
here.
that!
But yeah, you guys are maybe 5-ish minutes away, moving at the pace you're going, with Saga at the lead.
Let's just drag these things to town and
Burn them there, yes. I think so. But definitely by ropes. You don't want to breathe this.
Are we trying to scare town?
No, but we
No,
want...
but they need to be aware, Gorbjorn. Oh. Seems we've lost our narrator. There we
What's
go.
up?
How you doing?
Hey guys.
Gullvig, is that you? It's me, Nana.
There's no reply. Yeah, what are you guys doing with these horrible monsters?
Nana will be taking a deep breath before approaching one of them. The one that's got like discernible limbs. I don't know about the one that was grabbing Tordrick, but the one with discernible limbs, she's gonna loop a rope around the shoulder joints and secure it such that it can be dragged.
Fenn's gonna pick up Bosch, so Gorbjorn can help with one of the other ones.
We only need one if we're gonna show.
We need to burn them, is the thing, and I do not want to be in these woods anymore.
We don't have a pit, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it will be faster if we just take them to town rather than trying to find space out here.
We certainly don't
up to
want
you
to
guys.
burn the forest around us.
I probably have rope in my bag somewhere.
Let me see how many lengths of rope Nana's got. I feel like at one point she had 2, but I could be dreaming that.
My bag is just full of.
I do
gold.
have 2! I have 2 lengths of rope!
Yeah, there were plenty on the sled that we recovered when it got broken. So
Nana,
Yeah,
while
Fenn's
you
used-
are
Fenn has
Well-
used his to bind Bosch.
Nana, while you are tying that one up, you can see one of its ribs snap back into place.
We'll need to do this quick. Get it back to town and get it burnt. We'll need to notify somebody as soon as possible. This is going to need some space.
Okay, you guys are going to drag these things back to town. You start making your way. I'm going to make some rolls.
I think if somebody is like back with them, they could probably give them a stab every 20 or
Every
30 feet. Just
20
to-
paces, just
And
stab
Nana's
it.
got 2 spears, so just have 2 people
Oh,
fall
yeah,
behind
she
on
can-
stab control.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if you're
can
gonna
be on
stab, you
stab
have to
patrol.
go back into range. Of...
But Roshan could just keep calling it ugly from a distance.
I mean, that's
Just
That is-
remind it.
true.
You
I
watch
could
your
sing a
jaw
s-
snap back into place.
All right, let's get dragging these things. I'll
All right,
have
we're
them
pretty sure
on...
these are the last of them, right? Can we just burn them here and take our time then? If these are the only 2
No.
remaining that we're aware of,
Yes, that's true, but I don't want to be in the forest anymore, if I'm being frank. Let's get...
very well. Don't
let's
be
get
Frank.
them
Frank's
going.
not here tonight.
Wow.
The
Well,
dad
that's the
jokes
end
are
of our
strong with
episode.
this
Thanks,
one tonight.
everybody.
Oh my.
Oh boy! I
Um,
must go.
You guys start dragging these bodies.
Nana's got them on point with bow and arrow. She's back far enough to not be in spore range, but she's watching them for signs of like a movement that's more than just a small twitch. And if she sees one, she has an arrow knocked and ready for it.
Okay, you have a readied action. You guys start moving. You watch as one of the eyes focuses back in on you after about 2 minutes, and is going to start attempting to pull against the person, whoever has this rope. Who are my 2 rope people?
I am loosing the arrow at that eyeball.
Disadvantage.
That's fine.
Would have been disadvantage either way because
Yeah,
they're
I know.
technically prone.
Uh-huh. The worst one is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'll say that you stopped that one from moving. That was your action that round.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is going to attempt to do the same thing as it snaps back into existence.
Mind the other.
Gorbjorn had one of the ropes. Who had the other rope?
Say Torbjorn.
Torbjorn.
Tordrick. Gosh.
Torbjorn is the new ship name
Tordrek
for
is
anyone
going
who wants to draw fan art.
Tordrek is going to have to battle royale style with this monster. He's going to roll first.
Get it, buddy.
Athletics is, and then the monster. Wow, Tordrek, both of them rolling terribly, but Tordrek slightly better.
Yeah!
Tordrek like plants his feet and is now holding this thing like on a leash as this thing starts to pry itself back up and like snap its body back together, and then it turns its attention to the person holding it back. So you can do something, Saga, if you want to.
Okay, I'm going to cast chill touch with, and have my large lady satyr hand is just going to smack it back down. Down. Yeah.
No!
Oh, that's a puppet healing too. Nice.
Yeah, hopefully. I rolled a 23.
Those are very different
That
numbers.
was
Yeah.
all over the place.
23!
You pet this creature and pop, pop, pop. And it once again goes slack on the ground. And you could already like see its ribs snap and crack. And then you just start to hear them trying to shift back into place.
It can't.
Oh,
It can't.
The other one will
place
teach.
until
The other
the
one will
start
do
of
it then.
its next turn. Well, I'm gonna slap him too.
Slap him! Slap him, Saga!
Popping all these creatures.
And I rolled even better, so
Okay.
So
I'll say you guys get a hot second of them not healing instantaneously.
That's good.
so I just spend the rest of the walk.
Nuggets just like whack-a-mole if they do anything.
I like this plan. Saga, this is wonderful.
Somebody else may need to watch our path, though.
Yeah, at this point, you have
That's
officially
fair.
made it past the area of no return, basically.
Oh, thank Golveg.
Because it was not right at the wood edge where this started. But eventually the smell of soot and burning and burnt wood becomes recognizable, and you guys are at the edge of town.
Oh, good. All right.
Please, someone help. We'll need help to build a fire to burn these things. Just get everyone here that we can.
We could probably throw it on the smoldering ruins of a house and just build it up around it.
Insult to injury. Just...
I mean, let's not take it into the village proper, I don't think. Let's just get it started building up, and somebody find one of the rangers. Let them know
We
what
need
happened.
as many eyes on this thing as we can.
Let's
Do a
see.
big
You
wave with my satyr hand. Try to get somebody's attention. Yeah.
Whoa. You get the attention of one of the rangers who's currently like going around. Looks like they were digging through rubble to check under larger pieces. And they see the hand and they make their way over. Is everything? Oh my God. And like he backs up, instant look of terror on his face.
Sound your horn. We need help. We need to build pyres for these things immediately. We need as many rangers to see them before they go as possible, but we need to burn them quickly. They're healing themselves. This is what the corruption of the fallen gods does to human people. And this person here, he's got Bosch on his shoulders, is responsible. Gather everyone you can.
He looks at all of you a little confused, and then, all right, and he makes his way away, and he's going to go get some people. What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Building as
Saga.
much.
So, yeah, I'm going.
as
Saga,
possible.
should we... Let's take Layla home.
Yeah,
Both of
that's
you
a good
go,
idea.
please. Get her back to her mother. We'll take care of this.
Layla, you did well.
Yeah,
You did perfectly. You were brave and you were smart. You did exactly what you should have done.
I thought so. I was like, okay, they kind of look like bears, and everyone was like, oh, it's a bear. So I was like, I can't climb the tree. That's what that guy said. So I covered myself in mud, and I just kind of hid in the mud for a while. And I guess that kind of worked out. It worked out pretty good.
you were very smart and very brave, and we're very proud of you. And one day, the world will be better, and you'll be able to be an adventurer in a safer, more pure world. You'll be able to see these woods as they're meant to be, not as this garbage, not as this corruption, this filth that's crept up from the earth. It will be a better world for you, and it will be your world.
Okay. All right, I want to go home.
Go home. Your mother was making you some food before things started getting a little dicey over here. Go and make sure that she's all right, okay?
Okay. And she's just going to bury her face. She goes to bury her face back in Saga's neck. Saga and Roshan, because you are about to head off with her, I want you both to roll insight.
7.
14.
Roshan, sad little girl. It's pretty straightforward textbook to you. Saga, as you start to walk away with her, it's just a feeling and a look you've seen before. But the first part is what Fen said was real nice and inspires hope. You don't think she believes him. You do not think she believes that things will be different. And also, as you kind of look into her eyes before she buries her face back in, there is that hint of just like the seed of trauma that this is something that has now planted itself inside of her and is going to grow.
Yeah, as we walk, gonna be like, that was very scary. I think it was very scary for everybody. Right, Roshan?
Yes. So sometimes when I'm scared, well, did you see those black tracings around me? Sometimes when I'm scared, that's what I do.
I don't have any black tracings.
Well, you obviously have talent. You hid from all of them. You hid from all of us. We wouldn't have known you were there unless you told us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, to be scared, because that's just sometimes life is scary, but, you know, everyone here is here to help you, and your mom is here to help you, and our whole party, we came to help, and there will always be people that'll be nice and that'll help, and you just need to make sure that you don't forget that you have others, and don't just try to do it all yourself, okay? You know what? Saga's gonna reach into her bag, shuffle around a little bit. She pulls out a whistle made from like some gold wood. Here you go. This is a whistle. So you can just blow the whistle, and then if you're scared or in danger or something, and then people will hear you and they can come to help.
Okay. And she sort of just kind of curls back into you and holds the whistle against herself. As you both make your way back to the house, you see word must have gotten out. And basically right before you get to the house, Layla's mom runs out, hysterical, runs at you a beeline, takes Layla from your arms and just collapses onto the floor, sobbing. Layla grabs onto her, and both of them cry as they both sit there. And you can see a couple rangers following the ranger you guys spoke to, heading in that direction where you came from. Thank you. Thank you so much. And she's just petting Layla's hair, just tears streaming down her face. And just sort of gently rocking back and forth with Layla.
I think both of you could use a little rest. She did a very good job the whole time. You should be proud of her.
Thank you. And she sort of struggles back up to her feet, holding Layla close. Come on, let's go. And she walks back inside with Layla, and Layla looks at you over her mother's shoulder and gives a little wave.
I do some jellyfish sparkles.
You see a tiny smile before she goes inside and the door closes behind her, their house, not hit by the fire.
That's nice. Thank you.
And I burn their house to the ground and I steal their children. Like
this
a sane
family
person.
in particular.
But you watch as some rangers start to make their way over. You guys were currently making a fire pit area, basically out of probably a home that's like, this is still toasty.
I mean, trying to dig out sort of a pit, sort of. Trying to make basically a fire pit, something that will contain the fire so it doesn't spread anywhere else, but will hold both these things. I would assume somebody is on spot check on them at the same time, making sure that they're, not going to reach up and bop us a good one.
Yeah, Fen has set Bosch down, and he is pacing back and forth between the two downed monstrosities, aberrations, and he's just alternately whack with his kukri and whack on the other one. He's walking back and just pacing back and forth, occasionally taking a hack out of them.
Okay. I have to go with you at your word. I need a Constitution saving throw.
All right, I can do that.
Can you?
Yeah.
Hoping for the best.
That is, I have 15.
Okay. That certainly is fine. Kind of have each time you walk back in and you just kind of put your face into your arm and you give something the chop on the back of the neck and then walk out. During that time, while you're working, the rest of you who are still there, you can hear you can hear Bosch humming.
He's got a sock in his mouth.
Yeah, he's humming around it. He's not singing.
You can vocalize.
I mean, he's got a sock in his mouth.
You can hum with your
I'm not retconning this man's hum. He's humming.
All right.
Humming is specifically with your mouth closed.
Demonstration, behold. I'll go get a sock. No.
I mean, if it was going to be close, I'm just saying, I put it pretty far down his throat. If he's going to be able to bite me.
Your throat goes pretty far down. You can't stop.
Let's not argue about the depth of anybody's throat now.
This dude has a sock in his mouth, and he is also humming around said sock. It's
all right, what an
loud
asshole.
Hum.
All right.
Yes, he is.
I can't wait till we kill him.
But we'll need to make sure that it's with due justice. Are the Rangers up on us yet? Or are they up?
They make their way over to you, and you see there's an older man at the front. He looks like maybe in his 50s, makes his way over. I'm Merritt.
Eric.
What the fuck are those?
These are corrupted. They were the people who went missing from your village. Bosch, this one here, brought them out into the woods and let them corrupt fully.
Get those things fucking burnt. And you watch as some rangers move in, taking the ropes from people, and they drag them into place, and they start to take over that job. One of them, they walk straight up to it. One of them first there.
Careful! Don't breathe too deeply. Get away! Back up!
One of them huge coughing
God.
fit. He walks
All
off.
right.
The rest of them, nobody stops him. The rest of them sort of take a bit more precaution and start to set these creatures up to be burned.
They give off spores. Don't breathe while you're close to them if you can help it.
No shit.
Yes.
This guy like goes over and like vomits. He rolled a nat 1. I can't let this guy.
Oh God. Ugh.
He
That's
looks terrible
rough.
as this guy just is like.
He just got a whole whiff of it.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting there to be an issue. Nobody said anything before he got there, but that's okay.
Well,
He
I
goes and
mean, they
vomits
kind
over
of
there.
jumped into it.
Listen, please somebody jump into it. They start working on that. Merritt stays with you, and he's talking to one of the rangers next to him, and one of those rangers runs off. Shit. Bosch, can you fucking let him sit up so I can look at him?
We can do that.
Ben grabs him by his hair, pulls him upright, leans him against whatever rubble's there from the burned down house.
Convenient he was gone during the conflagration as well.
Bosch, would you like to argue these charges? Give me a nod if you would like to state your case. Shake your head if you don't, if this is true. Bosch looks forward. Just that slight smile again. He shakes his head. Having no wish or need to argue it. You watch Merritt kind of like suck his lips in. All right. 2 on me, and you watch 2 rangers instantly split from the group and come over.
Wait, don't kill him yet, please. There might be more information we can get from him while he's still alive. We just couldn't stand to listen to him speak any further.
We weren't going to kill him right now.
You should kill him as soon as possible, but...
That's not how we work, but thank you.
Fun. Let's let them handle this their way. He's their man. Let them do their justice.
He's their man, but they haven't seen this. They haven't seen these things before. They haven't been in the valley. They haven't been to Arentoft and seen them crawl from the shores.
You've been in the valley?
We've not been in the valley ourselves. We spoke with a traveler, claimed he'd been through.
He was a man with a gold chin. Have you seen him?
Non, I want you to roll deception.
Yeah. That ain't too bad. Let's have a look. It's 17.
Okay. He kind of Nana, it's one of those just, those men who just fucking stare into your brain, just like it's like being under.
She's known a couple.
As he stares at you.
She locks eyes with him.
Not my concern. Either way. We are going to do our justice. Our justice isn't to just start throwing people up in trees. So we'll handle it. Thank you for what you've done.
For what it's worth, we did bring back Layla alive. She's with her mother right now.
I've heard. And we are grateful for that. And I'll tell you straight, I do not need a lecture of any sort on what corruption can do. I don't need it. There will be justice. That's enough. Are there any more?
We burnt 2 that we felled in the forest. They're in a pungy pit that Bosch dug. We filled it with fire.
There are several traps out there, most of them noise making, others more lethal. They seem to have a poisonous ichor coating spikes in pits. Be mindful when you're out there.
He turns his head and he yells in Elvish, basically saying, on me. And you watch as a half elf woman runs over, and he tells her in like broken Elvish, check the woods, pits and traps. Be careful. And the woman nods, and she starts to make her way into the wood.
Oh, wait. I show my Lady Satyr symbol. Look for this. I don't know how to speak. Tell her to look for this.
And I communicate that in Elvish. I marked several of the traps. Several of them just noise traps again, but the punchy pits as well. With this symbol, that's the symbol of her god. She will tell you at length about it if you let her. But
I don't know.
But there may be many, many more pits than that. So do not rely solely on that. But when you see that mark, that means there is a trap nearby.
She nods and she says thank you in Elvish, and you hear her sort of mumble under her breath as she leaves. She takes a look back towards the pit where these creatures are currently being stacked up, and she mumbles in Elvish, there's no gods. And she makes her way into the woods, basically disappearing the second she steps in, becoming one with the place. And you hear the whoosh of fire as these creatures are lit. Bosch watches the fire, and you can just see it reflected slightly in his eyes. And it is just a look of excitement. And he just kind of softly, just a slight chuckle to himself, and he just sort of lays his head back and closes his eyes. Thank you all for what you've done. I would love to fucking repay you for whatever reason you did what you did. My house was one of the ones that went up. So you're welcome to dig through the rubble if you want some coin, but I'm not going to right now. I'm going to be honest.
That's
Is there a place in town that we can buy socks?
Perhaps a
Shirts.
few other essentials.
Sleeves.
Just sleeve.
Just sleeve.
I only want the sleeves. Yeah, if you
them
talk to the,
removable.
honestly, across from the inn, there's a little store. There might be some socks. A pair of socks and a shirt on me. Just say that Merritt said that he'll pay it off.
Thank you.
Getting blisters already.
As you walk with like one floppy shoe that's like missing the string. God, he kind of just looks over. God damn it. Two on Bosch, and two people go over and like pick him up and start to carry him off to an undisclosed area.
And as he's going, I'm gonna say in Elvish to Bosch, and I don't know if he's gonna understand this, but I'm hoping that like very few other people understand it. But if it hits Bosch, then that's great. To say, we're going to undo all of this. Maybe not by the time you're hanged, but everything that you think is happening isn't happening. We're going to take this all back. And we'll wait for Jillian to get back so she can respond.
I'm back.
Okay.
Continue, please.
And that's all. I
did not hear the statement.
as he walks to the gallows or wherever he's going, if he happened to hear that, if he happened to understand the Elvish that I said that in, that he knows that his plan's not going to come to fruition.
I did not get to hear what you said, so just say the same.
I just essentially said that we're going to take it all back. We're going to fix this.
Okay.
What you wanted to happen with the world, with this evolution, is not going to happen. We're out here to fix this. Is what I want to say. If he understands it in Elvish, great. If he doesn't understand it, then that's fine too. He can get marched off to wherever.
You say this. You don't see Bosch have any sort of recognition that you're speaking to him, so either he's ignoring you or didn't understand. But you see Merritt look at you, and he raises an eyebrow again, and then he like mentally is like, none of my fucking business. Right. If you're staying at the inn today, it's on me. Socks and a shirt. Thank you again.
Of course. Is there anything else that we can do for your people?
No. They pay us good money to do something, so we'll do something.
All right.
I'm going to say this gently. I would prefer that you stay in the inn for the rest of the day. Especially if I have any questions, I want to be able to find you.
Certainly. We'll be there.
Right. He walks around and it looks like he starts yelling out orders, getting people to do things he wants. You watch as another person makes their way into the wood as well. And you guys are left alone. What would you like to do?
The inn hasn't burned down, has it?
The inn, you can see that it's like it got so close, but the inn is pristine.
Amazing!
So
the horses didn't run off, did they?
You see her like dragging her stuff back in that she had dragged out.
Aw. Nana will kind of like move up and sort of assist her with like a bag or something that looks heavy, something that she's struggling with, just to kind of lighten the load a smidge.
Yeah. You help her carry a couple things in. She kind of gives you a nod of thanks. She looks frazzled.
Understandably. It's been a long day for everybody.
Is there anything people wanted to do besides possibly acquire a cheap shirt and sock and maybe some food?
So would we still be poisoned at this time?
Yeah, you all are still poisoned.
Cool.
Then I'd probably want to wait that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone who is poisoned is still poisoned.
So Fenn's not coughing like everybody else, but he's pretty sure he's poisoned from the piercings that he took, the impalements that he took, but it's not respiratory for Fenn.
Yeah.
Right.
But Fenn's gonna go lean against the cart that Ave's in, just like sit down on the ground and like lean back against the wheel, and he's gonna start as best he can inspecting his wounds and see if there's any signs of corruption or rot or anything like that. See, he's just assessing his own wounds. They're magically bound up at this point, but he still feels them. He's hurt pretty bad at this point.
Roll medicine for me. Is anybody else doing anything else?
I wanted to look through the rubble for gold.
Of course.
You are welcome to go dig through the rubble for gold.
All right, 17 to medicine.
Ooh, impressive.
Okay, so first off, from what you know about corruption, this encounter is kind of shaken some ideas that people may have had more firm footing on. But
I didn't mean to say corruption. I meant more along the lines of infection.
Okay. Yeah, it's like
so
that you have yet to see or ever hear of an instance of a living person being corrupted. No.
Fenn's more worried about, like, he knows these were really bad injuries, and he knows he got like battlefield patchwork, fixing up, very quickly. So he's looking himself over, like, how badly am I hurt? what do I need to do to go forward? Do I
Yeah.
need to seek out a shaman? What do I have to do? Because I know this is bad.
The injury itself would have been a shit ton worse if you were not magically healed. Currently, there is still an ache there, and it's visible it happened. It is fully closed. It is now currently like in a kind of risen scar state, which most of the time it goes down, especially when healed magically. But you do not see any sign of infection. Either you got lucky or the magic just fully wiped out any issue, but you don't see
So
any
there's
like
no,
swollen redness. No.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's looking for, inflammation and like signs
No.
of infection,
No signs of
pus
infection.
or anything like that.
Nope, none at all. Gorbjorn, give me some athletics if you'd be so kind.
Ooh, okay. Then that would have been 21 with disadvantage.
All right.
Wow. He's a beast.
You go and start digging through this guy's house. The rubble that is this man's house. And you are going to find 32 gold pieces. Just squealing.
Gorbjorn's in a happy place.
I don't mean to
Squealing,
jump in
coughing,
on anyone's.
squealing.
I don't mean to jump in on anyone's turn here, but like, what time of day is this?
Oop. It was the morning, and then you guys did that for a time. It's probably afternoon.
Okay. I think Fenn's gonna, while he is leaning against that cartwheel, that the wheel of the cart is gonna take his long rest, his 4-hour long rest, right there. He's just gonna lean there and take his long rest.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say this. I don't know if this is official rules or not. Only one long rest per day for me.
Okay.
So this is your long rest for the day.
Yeah, that would be it. And like 4 hours of low activity following this, but like his meditation, he's gonna get right out of the way, sitting here in town, leaning against this wheel. That's what I want to do.
Okay. I just wanted to make it clear. You are welcome to do that. Nana, you're helping that woman move some stuff. Fen, you went and kind of are resting by the cart. Gorbjorn, you ran off to find some money. And now it is just Saga and Roshan as Tordrak kind of, I'll see if I can, I'll grab something. And he kind of winces and he kind of goes over and starts to try and help move stuff. Is there anything you wanted to do, Saga?
Saga is standing probably a little too close to Roshan. And she's kind of wringing her hands. She's like, that was scary. You mentioned that, like, you were scared and you had the black markings and all that, and that sounds scary too. It's just you never seem scared or surprised or worried, or I don't know. I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I am scared. I'm scared a lot. And when something really startles me, or I guess I get really scared, then that's when the markings kind of take over. And they help me to not be so scared because I know what I can do. And then I guess a minute later it comes flooding all back, but for a time I guess it takes my fear away.
Oh. Is that better?
Well, in the moment, yes, but
Yeah.
afterward it's disorienting.
Mm. I mean, I have some power too, but I don't think I know what it does.
Well,
think that's
it
the
looks like
problem.
sometimes it turns you invisible. Oh, and
Yeah.
what was with the imitating of the mammoth people with the big ears?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that either. I don't know. I'm just getting a little worried. I messed up twice today, and I don't usually mess up like at all. And yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the more you're afraid of messing up, the less you'll be able to deal with it if you do. And if you live your life afraid of messing up, then what can you really do?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm just. What if, I accidentally, like, blow up and everyone dies?
Roll for Tides of Chaos, please.
Oh my god! Okay.
Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Okay.
That's my cinnamon roll!
Yeah, continue.
That was dirty.
Don't
when
mind
she
me.
says
Dirty.
Yeah, when she's that was perfect. When she says that, she kind of just like stares into Roshan's eyes like too
Into the
long.
void.
You okay there, Saga?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I just I don't want to mess up.
Well, if you mess up, we'll be there to help you. I'll pick you back up.
You're very encouraging in almost an intimidating way, but it's helpful.
Growing up, my sister and Nana pushed me into doing a lot of scary things. But it was fun. And sometimes the unknown can be fun, but sometimes it can be scary. We can't let the unknown freeze us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
And after the conversation, Roshan, during it, he starts to sweat, and then after it, he has to sneak off to find a quiet corner to have some medicinal herbs.
Yeah. You end the conversation smiling, that pain in your back and like just that tingling at the base of your skull. Now that the adrenaline is kind of worn off, just discomfort as you go to deal with this problem.
Since I was just talking to him, do I notice anything?
Roll insight.
Yeah.
And Roshan, you tell me based on the number what you think she sees.
Let's get that nat 20 again. Okay, 17.
It looks like he starts sweating and then like he excuses himself to the bathroom, which maybe he's just been holding it all morning. It kind of did start off with
it started
fire.
off with just instant fire and
but it's a little shifty.
Okay.
All right. Roshan, you kind of briskly move on. And as you're doing this, it's this wave of anxiety, almost like just pushing on your shoulders. You feel heavy, as if something is pushing on you. What if you didn't have to be afraid? What if you never were? What if those scary things were fun all the time?
He hurries on, trying to ignore it the best he can.
Oh, my poor boy, he's so afraid, he's so afraid, he's so afraid. And you hear just like murmuring, mingling voices as you push them back and move forward. Throughout the rest of the day, you're approached by a ranger who kind of is like, Okay, I need a detailed description of what happened. And you guys are, Nana, you're able to give it to him. Just be like, oh, okay, so here was the thing. We went in the woods. This happened, that happened. You're able to relay it to him. Okay. 4 of them. Thank you. That should probably be all that I need. But once again, stay here till morning. You're not being detained or anything. You're free to go. He admitted to everything. It didn't deny any of it. Just thank you. Got to report back. And this ranger quickly splits off and runs, jogging back to relay all of the information he had gathered. Is there anything anybody specifically wanted to do that's like, the world must know that I do this? Or is it just like, we were told to stay inside, we bought our socks, we buy a shirt, copper for each if you're doing it.
Merritt said it was on his tab.
2 copper of Merritt's coins.
Yeah!
You guys are given food and drink, which is a little bit more sparse than it was the day before, but
that makes sense after a big fire.
But you are given a place to stay, which is a bit more crowded because you are now sharing the barn with half the town.
Yep, that makes sense.
Who all came there to eat and drink and have a roof. Some people are staying in other houses, but the houses are so small, can't fit a lot in. Is everybody good for the rest of the day? What was that, Saga?
Well, if there's some people around looking sad and we're all in the barn together, she'll just hold a little service of Lady Satyr. Encourage everybody and let them know that everything will be okay. And, Lady Satyr's going to solve everything.
Okay. Yeah, you start doing that. In a time of crisis, some people are super into what you're talking about and some very much not. Or people who are just completely elsewhere. But some people kind of listen and nod while you talk. Nana, I saw the raise of a hand.
I kind of wanted to look around and, partly checking over everybody, kind of like seeing if anybody seems to be injured, but also sort of looking around to see if there's like a local medicine person, shaman, somebody who could maybe help out with Tordrick and Gorbjorn and my spore problem, and Fen with that pungy.
A lot of people are poisoned.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, Nana, you quickly realize small town, no medicine man. That's not the setup for this place. It's basically Hope sleeping it off does the thing. Is the hope currently? Torbjorn says he can. Tordrek says he can fix some people in the morning, but currently he can't do anything. And he real early sort of turns in and just like face down is asleep in a bale of hay.
That makes sense. Before he goes to sleep, Nana wants to check in with him. Just based on what Fen said earlier, that Bosch was mentioning, this thing gets into people and turns them. Do you feel like if you slept a full night, you'd still be okay if this poison was causing you trouble?
Fen would be awake by now, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The amount I know about these particular poisons is minimal. Normally you can sleep it off in most cases. That's what we're hoping for, but I can 100% in the morning, if it is still there, deal with the problem.
Right.
So if anybody is still poisoned in the morning, I can fix it.
Okay. So long as you'll still be here in the morning, that's all I'm concerned about.
Well, I guess we'll have to see then.
Well, don't die on me yet, all right?
We'll see. And he kind of flops back down. He kind of gives you a thumbs up and a little laugh and just, and then face back in the hay.
Yeah, fair.
So Fen went to sleep before everybody else very deliberately to see if anything happened to him while he slept.
Yeah, no, nothing happened while. Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, that all makes sense. That all checks out. Give my brain half a second.
Now the pungy
Yeah, no,
punchy
he has a
poison,
different poison. Your
it's a
poison's
different-
gone, Fen. You are no longer poisoned.
Okay.
Oh well, isn't that nice?
Okay. Then Fen wakes up and kind of watches from a distance Saga proselytizing to the community there, and he's keeping an eye out for that half elf woman. Just seeing if she's around.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that you do not see her. You
Okay.
actually don't see a lot of the rangers.
Okay.
Makes
And she wouldn't see me either because I'm keeping to the shadows. But like,
I'm unseeable.
but yeah,
darkness.
if he saw her, he would approach her to have a conversation, and that's probably another day, if at all. So
Yeah, you do not see her. Honestly, do not see a lot of rangers. Like I said, it seems they're off doing something. But the night comes. It is just a room full of people. It's just kind of a bit of a sardine situation as Gorbjorn puts his money in his pouch, his now growing bag of gold, as he slowly accumulates pieces. If there is nothing else, I'm going to send y'all off to sleep. Beautiful.
I mean, Nana's got her evening prayers, and she's not expecting anything from it. But you know,
Hey, roll religion for me.
why
Sarkis.
not?
Saga's doing a prayer too.
Hell yeah.
This time she's emphasizing the really needs to help people, and if I could like help do magic like Roshan and Torjik and heal people, that would be really great. Thank you.
I'm just gonna pray to money. Money.
He lays on his
Money is my god.
uncomfortable, but it's worth it.
God.
What do you got, Nana?
That is an 8 for religion. So
Nothing.
nothing.
Um,
Not a thing.
Saga,
This is
what
not
do you
surprising.
Got a nat 20 again, and I don't know what's wrong, and I'm scared.
You pray, then you lay down and you close your eyes. And you start to drift. Sorrow, daughter. Is that what you seek?
Yeah, I'm with everybody now, and I need to help them, and I don't want anyone to die, and if I like exploded or anything, I'd at least be able to like heal them.
I do not like how sad you are. It is palpable and sick. If I give you this, will you be happy?
Yes. Well, I mean, I want to help you, of course, fix all this terrible problems in the world, and that would make me very happy too, but this would be a really good, like, patch.
I can give gifts.
Thank you. You're wonderful.
Do not be sad anymore, Sorrow, daughter.
You're the reason that I'm happy. You're wonderful. I mean that and my friends, but you're like the number one.
And then there is silence. The next morning, as Saga curls up, excited.
Yeah. Snuggle and all happy.
The next morning, you see people kind of going about trying to get things together, people trying to salvage things from their homes, a lot of people trying to cook and do things. A ranger is sent y'all's way to be like, I'm just giving you the heads up. Like we said, we don't have any more questions. You guys are free to go. And honestly, and I mean this as nicely as possible, I had to change it a bit from how Merritt said it to me. We do not need more mouths, but you are certainly thanked for what you have done, and we're very appreciative, but also we're in a tight spot.
Perfectly understandable. We'll be on our way very soon. By the way, now that we're up and awake, Nana's checking in on the poisoned people. And, the party in general, but the poisoned people especially. She'd also like to inquire after the one ranger who took that big ol' lung full of spores the night before.
Give me a hot second, if you'd all be so kind.
Saga can hand out some kind of stale pastries that she has in her bag from Arentoft.
Aww.
So everybody who inhaled spores, you are still poisoned.
Fun.
Tordrek kind of comes over. Okay, I currently, at this time today, I can fix 3. I can fix 3 people's poison.
Well, you'd best take care of yourself first in that case, because we can't have you dropping on us.
God, I'm fine. You guys do more, and I'm support. Don't worry about me.
That's precisely why we need you at your peak. Because if you're gone, we haven't got anyone who can do what you do.
Understandable. He gives you a lesser restoration. All right. There was a guy from earlier. Fen and Gorbjorn, I only can give one of you today because I want to give one to that guy who fucking inhaled the whole fucking thing.
I feel fine, honestly.
Perfect.
I'm okay. Just
come here, Gorbjorn. And you both hug. And
big ol' hug.
oh, thank goodness I didn't have to do that.
And you are now no longer poisoned, and Tordrek goes and asks around and is able to find that poor guy who's just kind of laid up in bed.
Yeah.
And he gives him a lesser restoration, and then all of those spell slots are gone.
Right out of the gate, huh?
Tordrek's
Which level is that? Is that level 2?
2. It's a second level spell.
Okay.
That
I
was
mean, if
all.
we got a level 3, he could do it on Fen.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, Fen's good. Fen's poison went away after his rest because he got his by the punji strike.
The thing is, it does not seem to go to 3rd level. It does not seem I can cast it as a 3rd level spell. So says this thing I'm looking at. And I'm going to hold to that until shown otherwise.
Okay.
But somebody's welcome to show me a thing. But currently, I'm going to keep Tordrek poisoned. I'm honestly ready to go when everybody else is. I'm gonna go lay in the cart. And
yes, you
Tordrek
do
goes
that.
And collapses in the cart, and he just sort of lays there.
I told you to heal yourself.
I'm fine. I just need to rest. I have big lungs.
Yes, okay.
So he goes and lays down. Is there anything anybody wanted to do before leaving town?
Did anybody get socks for me while I was sleeping?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll say socks. You wake up, there were socks in front of you. And you're like,
yeah, just kind of rolled up, tucked next to your foot,
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Are they nice? Are they silken or are they like burlap?
We're not in the big town. Don't get ahead of
they're
yourself.
probably wool.
Yeah, they're the lowest quality sock because that's all there was.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to know if they're
This is a logging town.
I just picture that there's just this like shitty little store, but there's a pedestal with like just these beautiful silken socks with little like lace at the top. And everyone's like, he deserves it. He deserves the cute socks. The
itchiness of the socks is gonna determine Fen's disposition over the next couple episodes. So, like, I just need to know this.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best. They are not the best socks. Is there anything before you guys leave? If you buy rations, they're just going to be a copper for a day's ration. You guys can do that on your own if you're interested in more food. You know that the next town over is going to be about 5 to 6 days, pretty evenly spaced. Is there anything else you guys have been
Fen
given?
needs to buy arrows. Fen would normally craft arrows, but he needs to buy them now. We're in a hurry to get out of here, and so Roshan, Gorbjorn, one of you, the ones with the money, give them money so I can have arrows, please. I would like 40 arrows.
I want a hug.
This seems exploitative.
Yes. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means, but yes.
All right, Gorbjorn. I will give you a hug if you give me 40 arrows.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'll do the math later on the money, but you are able to acquire 40 arrows because this is a ranger town and arrows are easy to come by.
I imagine that the Fen goes in real fast for like a manly double tap on the back,
let me just tap the back, please.
Yeah, and
Can I roll against him to see if I could get a
No,
good
I
hug?
imagine Gorbjorn probably just gets him in there.
Oh yeah, no, Gorbjorn, your arms are longer and you are just bigger,
Stronger.
And, you give him the good squeeze.
Ooh.
A little spin.
It's just slow motion, and everybody
so
remembers
beautiful.
the tender kiss, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that seems about right."
Yeah, they haven't had a chance to do this since, the vines. So
they
this is
haven't
fine.
done this since they were other people.
Yeah.
Fen, you are eventually released. Tordrek, you see, has like a thumbs up from like inside the cart. And you all are able to gather your things.
Feed for the horses for a week. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, you can get feed for the horses. We'll talk money in a minute. Yes, Nana?
Just wanted to do a quick check-in with Layla and her mom, make sure that they're okay after yesterday, or as well as they can be.
Yes, I want to come with that.
Yeah. So she doesn't seem to want to let you in.
Oh, that's
The
fair.
mom meets you at the door.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let her rest, but I can tell her that you guys came by.
Of course.
She seems very tired and a little distant, but we're gonna be okay. It just happened, so
Yeah,
plenty of time to do what we can.
Definitely.
Yes.
Honestly, she was very brave in those woods, and
Fen's just gonna hand
one thing. She's brave.
Fen would like to hand a note to Layla's mother, and say, "This is for Layla, and if I don't know if anybody can read it. I don't know if Layla can read it at this point, but I know she'll go out of her way to learn to read it. It's written in Elvish. No, it's written in Sylvan.
Oh God.
Layla
Okay.
Layla will go out of her way to learn to read it.
because she's curious and because she wants to.
Yeah. It just says in Sylvan, the world is yours.
Okay. You hand the note. The mom kind of takes a little peek at it and then folds it back up. Right. Thank you all again. There's no way I could ever repay you. So thank you.
No need. If we ever cross paths again, don't hesitate to ask for anything you might need.
She nods. I'm gonna go back inside and check on her.
Of course.
And
Please, be well.
Layla's mom slips back inside and softly closes the door behind her. After you guys go ahead.
She almost wanted to give her a hug, but then the door closed. She
You're
goes,
like,
oh.
Shit. Hug self gently.
Yeah.
Nana kind of
I'll
gives
come up.
Saga a little pat.
Gorbjorn's like, I'm in a hugging mood.
Yeah, it's a hugging kind of day.
If it is cool with everybody, I'm going to throw you all into a cart.
Throw us in a cart. Send us
leaving
on
the
our way.
town because it seems food is now a little sparse and people don't have homes. And you were asked very nicely to not be part of the mouths to feed.
That's fair. We will not do that.
You guys start to head out onto the road. You're heading to the next town over, which is Leminder Field.
Leminder Field? Is it one word or two?
It is two. Leminder Field.
Gonna miss playing a cliff.
I stopped saying it because you're so mean.
Playing a cliff.
Can't even say my own town names anymore. You all start on your cart ride out. Making somewhat good time as Nana's figured out a little bit better how to make this horse and buggy thing work.
Yeah.
You start making your way, and the day passes pretty average. Once again, that kind of dull, we're on the road thing sets in. It's the sounds of nature and cartwheels and Tordrick occasionally coughing.
Somebody keep an eye on Tordrick, would you please? Just
and
keep
he
him
just
comfortable.
kind of like waves a hand.
Keep him comfortable and don't let him tell you otherwise.
I'm always comfortable. You start making your way. Saga, as you're sort of like looking out at the scenery, you see a rustle in the trees, and you watch as it sort of follows you, like a very specific wind that moves just through these branches, and then when it has to basically jump from the next tree, you watch as it hits, and this wind follows you around and around, and it just seems to be somewhat in pursuit of you. It's not, you don't see anything and it's not doing anything, but it moves as that thing you saw in the trees the other day moves. Just a whisper of wind in the branches as it moves along with you.
It seems to jump from one group of trees to the next. Like I don't see anything move.
You don't see anything. It's like wind. It's like wind that's like very specific. Like I'm going from this branch now, and I'm at the next branch, like that.
I hope it's Loria.
And you watch as this goes. Yes, Saga?
Well, it's just like any little kid on a field trip when you imagine like a little thing like running beside the bus, and she's just like imagining.
The run-alongs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You watch it as the day passes. The only interesting thing happening. And eventually it gets to be time where you set up camp. And everybody starts to get to work getting things together, as they have done for many days on this trek. And you see a bit of rustling in the bush, a bit away. Doesn't make any sound. It's just like a gentle lean of the branches. And then it moves to a bush slightly further away. And then a bush slightly further away. And you see something produced from the bush. You see your Lady Satyr symbol.
Whoa. Oh, Saga's standing right up, going straight into the woods.
Yeah, Saga, you
don't
make your
go
way
too
over.
far.
I think I see a symbol, Lady Satyr symbol, which is something that she says all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's like, okay.
All right, she saw it in a branch or something. Okay.
Saga, you make your way over to it, and it's not like trying to give it to you. It looks like it's presenting it. And then you watch as it pulls it back into the bush, and you watch as this wind moves rapidly further into the wood.
Oh, well, all right. I'm so glad that you were. She just starts like talking to the trees. I'm so happy that you were able to keep pursuing Lady Satyr, and she'll just follow the wind. And just I'm really glad that you've learned about her, and I hope she talked to you. She talked to me recently, and it was very exciting. Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't understand what you said, but I'm sure it was really cool. I don't really speak wind.
You need to learn wind. You follow this wind into the wood, and then you've gone to a bit of a darker spot, and it stops moving. And you watch as this one bush, almost like it's in like a tiny little cyclone, starts to kind of move in a bit of a circle. And it sort of spins around itself. You watch as this wind formulates together, now holding leaves and branches and grass seem to form around it, as it is half wind, half nature. And it looks at you, and it's a feminine figure. And she shows you the Lady Satyr symbol.
Yes.
And then she gives it into her other hand. And then she motions to you.
Saga will take off her Lady Satyr symbol and just, okay, what do I do?
She looks at you, and you can see she kind of like, she moves this necklace back into her other hand, and her hands are like this, and then she looks and goes like this. And then she does a bit of a motion, like a come hither.
Okay. Saga passes back. Wait, was that supposed to? She'll come closer. Was that supposed to be like a symbol, or was I supposed to? Were we doing a dance, or?
Am I supposed
like,
to be dancing?
Is it like Lady Satyr and nature are same balance? It could also, I guess, mean. Yeah, she just is talking.
She looks at you and she murmurs again in this wind language, and then she looks like she's thinking, trying to figure out how to communicate with you, and she puts the necklace back in your other hand, and then kind of pulls your hand forward and gives it back to herself, and then she takes her free hand and places it on your empty hand. And then she takes a hand to her chest and then a hand to your hand. And then motions come hither.
Okay. Saga will reach out towards her.
She starts to kind of lean backwards, and it's like she's trying to grab your hand and pull you with her. She's trying to pull you further.
Okay. I'll come with her, but I mean, I don't know how else I can help you. It's a little bit dark. Saga's gonna cast dancing lights around, just so you can see. Yeah. But yeah.
She looks around at this, and continues to pull you deeper into the wood, and you enter an area where the brush becomes very thick and heavy, and part of it seems to have kind of dried up, like a dried area of twisted vines. Mm-hmm. And she brings you over to it and once again motions to herself the necklace, and then motions to you. Mm-hmm. She then points to the area where all of these vines are.
Oh, is that corruption? Lady Satyr is trying to help with the corruption.
She looks confused, and she goes and like throws her body in that direction, just a gust of wind, and you watch as the vines are pushed back a bit out of the way, and you get the glimpse of a circular stone, a big stone that is big, solid, kind of manhole sized. You see that it has 6 consecutive circles wrapping around each other, words, letters on each one, the full alphabet, and a phrase in the center. And that is where we shall stop for today. Because that's all. Thank you all so much for watching today. We really appreciate you guys being here. We love getting to tell you guys a story, and I'm sure everything will turn out great. As it always does, everything is fine. So if you're interested in keeping up with us or learning more about the show, we are at Backs of Gods on Twitter and Instagram. We have a lot of art on Instagram. Our most recent one was Saga with them big old ears. So if you're interested in that, it's good stuff.
It's choice.
It's very good. On Tuesday, I'm going to go ahead and be a bit tentative about it because I don't know how Frank's feeling. But on Tuesdays, we have Legends of Theia. And if you want to see another D&D game, something else to fill the early part of the week, hopefully Frank will be feeling well and they'll have something then. But if not, they will be back next Tuesday. And Abby, what's happening on Wednesday?
Well, Wednesday at 7:30 Central. That's when Roll Inc. is. I'm also on that show. We kind of had a bit of a predicament. Got attacked in the night, as you do. Yeah. And now we might be in trouble, but we also might not be. It depends. We'll see.
Yeah. Trouble,
kind of
not
always
trouble.
in that weird space.
Hey, I appreciate the weird space of are we in trouble or are we not in trouble? Yeah. Good stuff. And if you're interested, and I know I keep saying this, but by golly, this Saturday, we are going to be having Vampire the Masquerade.
It's happening.
You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. It'll just be
No.
me there, just talking to
Yeah.
myself. No,
Yeah.
it's a new
Grr, I'm a
campaign.
vampire.
Yeah, I'll just be by myself, just pretending to be a vampire for 2 hours.
Blah blah blah.
No, you'll be like 10 vampires all
I
at
have to be
once.
a lot of vampires. No, there will be more than me. We'll all be hanging out. It's going to be the first session of a new vampires game. So come check that out if you prefer something spooky, whatever your preference is. And on Sunday, we are going to be having, help. Next Saturday, we're going back to our original scheduling of
Every other
every
Sweetie
other Saturday. We're spooky. It's either going to be Vampire the Masquerade this weekend, and then the next weekend should be Call of Cthulhu. We're continuing our story, and we're doing a bit of a time jump, but we'll see what happens after that. Once again, thank you guys. We really appreciate all of you being here, getting to tell you a story. That's really one of my favorite things to do, and I get to do it with some great people. So we will see you guys same time, same place, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And see you guys then. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.